Mr. Filter.
Hello.
How are you, brother?
Good.
Henry
well.
Filter, Wild Child. A rough beginning to your regatta, but things have been coming together a little bit, haven't they?
Well, it helps when you're not OCS 2 races in a row.
It does. It definitely does. Now, yeah, the one race today here on day 4 of the World Championships, 24 boats, I think, were called OCS. Talk about your start in those conditions.
Well, we were fortunate. We weren't one of them, and you know, it was just about 3 minutes. We saw a shift down on the right end of the line. We had a tough time making the boat. There was a lot of current, and we basically went down the line on port, and none of the starboard tack boats could get to us. And we went down until we saw a good hole in about 30 seconds, had good speed, tacked into it, dove way down in a big hole, and came ripping out with a lot of speed and punched out. I was sort of amazed it happened that way, but it was good.
Now, obviously, Uka did well today. You and Chris and Terry clawed back again. But a lot of people just having a nightmare with these conditions. Is this normal? Is this stuff that you see a lot here?
Well, I've lived here for 15 years and probably sailed here for 25 years, and you can see a little bit of everything here. So you got to be a good, diverse sailor to do well here. And you know, we sort of crumbled at the beginning of the regatta, and we're hitting our stride. And it's fine with us if other people crumble around us. We keep hitting our stride. It's
fair enough. Fair enough. Your wife Liz?
Yes.
Is the regatta chairman.
Yes.
A good friend and a fan of our site, and I think a great person to work with. How much more has her life been affected by this event than yours?
Oh, a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. She's, I'm not exaggerating, but for the last 3 months at least, I'll wake up at 2 in the morning and she won't be lying next to me. She's in her study.
That's when we're emailing each other.
And she probably is working from 2 to 6 every morning, and then she crawls back in bed for an hour or so and then gets the kids off to school. So she's really, you know, my wife is a type A personality. Great person. She gets something done. If she puts her mind to it, she gets it done, and she's just been totally 110% into it, and she's having fun doing it. So.
Well, we've been very impressed. You know, it's hard to be impressed with what's going on out on the water with the breeze, but on shore she's done a spectacular job. I'll ask you a little bit of a tougher question. We're here now 7 races in, and errors are something we pick up on, obviously, and we don't shy away from them. But 2 of the races we had gates that were just far too close together.
Yep.
2 starts were possibly questionable, sort of one side of it, and no breeze or huge shifts at the start.
Right.
And this race, I think most people have said, and certainly from our opinion, between the 24 boats OCS and you know, just the general mayhem out on the course, and that it should have been blown off. What do you think about that? Do you think that Jeff has been doing a job good enough for a world championship?
I do. You know, I mean, there are going to be some mistakes that happen, and you know, a couple days ago there were gates that were too close together, and one mark that drifted, and quite frankly, we filed for redress in the race that the mark drifted. Yeah. Because the one mark was directly to leeward of the other, and you couldn't even tell which way to go through the gate.
Yeah.
But I know, you know, he's trying real hard. I don't think, you know, I mean, he actually said in that redress meeting, you know, it's not their error if the mark's not holding. They're doing everything they can. You know, that's sort of nature. You know, I think, you know, 24 boats of being over today. I've been down to Key West Race Week where Ken Legler said we're not going to have a general recall. If there's a 60-boat fleet and 59 boats are over, we're going to get every one of you.
But at the same time, Luigi has told me a lot of times, if half the fleet's over, I fucked up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's kind of the personality. You know, the sailors all have different personalities, and the PROs all have different personalities. So that's part of the personality of the PRO. You know, today's race, I think the first beat was pretty square. I was disappointed in the first run. That was, you know, basically a one jive and in. But, you know, after that, the next beat was square, and the last run was square. Yeah. So you got 3 out of 4 on that one.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Did you get your redress?
No, we didn't.
All right. Well, Henry, great job out there, and good luck bringing this one home.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right.